So this is where I store the electronic waste that still have their asset tags on. And they come from various countries. And I collect them from the port, from the various dump sites in the country. It is important to find out why they are sending this, who is sending them. It's basically evidence. So this is from Oxfam. That's Oxfam, Belgium. This says property of International Finance Corporation. The IFC is the private lending arm of the World Bank.
So how does e-waste flow through a country like Ghana? Well, Ghana doesn't generate original e-waste of its own. That is, there's very little buying of new electronics here. It's a very developing country, not a very wealthy place, and new electronics are more expensive here than they are in most other places. So as a result of that, you have a thriving secondary market. And so Ghana, unlike a lot of places, imports second-hand goods, not for disposal, but for recycling. So that's what's driving the flow of e-waste into Ghana. And it's a massive, massive industry to supply secondhand goods here. According to folks who spend time down at the port, there's about 500 containers per month of secondhand goods that come into Ghana. Now, that's not just old computers, phones, televisions, etc., etc. It can also be automobiles because there's a thriving secondary automobile sector here. But that's why stuff is coming in. And that stuff will be used and reused, recycled essentially, in people's homes for many, many years. So if a computer breaks down here, it'll be taken to a repair shop, and a repair that wouldn't be done in the US, say a capacitor is blown out on a motherboard inside a laptop. Here, they have very skilled technicians literally on every street corner who will replace that capacitor, send that computer home for another year of use. So what happens when you have a piece of equipment that can't be used anymore, when it's just dead? They will end up in a place called Aboshi, which is a large dump. Actually, it's a very large market area in Ghana, and the recycling yard is part of that, and there they will be burnt to extract the copper. So that's basically the flow of e-waste here. And once they're burnt, the copper can then be sold to larger dealers who compound it in containers and send it on to markets, usually outside of Ghana. Those markets may very well be Europe, and if the shipping rates are right, could be India and Hong Kong.